Poetic forms. The characteristics of a poem, which consist of its line length, number of stanzas, rhyme scheme, and metric pattern, determine its form. Here's a brief overview of the most common types of poetry. A ballad is a narrative poem traditionally set to music and passed down orally. It has multiple quatrains that follow either an A-B-C-B or A-B-A-B rhyme scheme. The first and third lines are in iambic tetrameter, while lines 2 and 4 are in iambic trimeter. Blank verse consists of any number of unrhyming lines in iambic pentameter. In an elegy, the poet or speaker expresses grief due to a loss of some kind. Elegies consist of multiple quatrains written in iambic pentameter, with an A-B-A-B rhyme scheme. An epic poem is a narrative, typically the length of a novel. These poems focus on characters with extraordinary abilities who commit themselves to a journey. Free verse poems do not follow a specific rhyme scheme or rhythmic pattern. Instead, poets mimic the flow of natural speech. Haikus traditionally contain 3 lines with a 5-7-5 syllable pattern. The subject matter classically revolved around nature. A limerick is a short, humorous, and trivial poem. They have a 5-line stanza written in an AABA rhyme scheme. Lines 1, 2, and 5 are in anapestic trimeter, while lines 3 and 4 are in anapestic dimeter. In an ode, the poet or speaker pays tribute to a person, place, object, or idea. Poets usually incorporate a rhyme scheme and rhythm throughout the ode. However, there is no requirement regarding which they use. The sonnet is a 14-line poem written in iambic pentameter and follows one of several rhyme schemes depending upon the type. English or Shakespearean sonnets consist of 3 quatrains with an alternating rhyme and end with a rhyming couplet. Italian or Petrarchan sonnets consist of an octave and a sestet and typically follow an A-B-B-A-A-B-B-A, C-D-C-D-C-D, or C-D-E-C-D-E rhyme scheme. A villanelle is a 19-line poem consisting of 5 tercets and ending with a quatrain. Each tercet follows an A-B-A rhyme scheme, with the final quatrain following an A-B-A-A pattern. The first and third lines alternate as the last line of each tercet. The first and third lines also make up the final 2 lines in the concluding quatrain. Poets use the following characteristics when structuring a poem. The stanza is the building block of a poem. Each stanza consists of a specific number of lines that contextually connect. They act much like a paragraph does in prose. Meter identifies the specific rhythmic pattern in a line of poetry and consists of the number and emphasis of syllables. The lines are broken down into feet, each of which has a certain number of syllables and a specific pattern. For example, a line with 4 feet is called a tetrameter. A line with 7 feet is called a heptameter. Different kinds of syllable emphasis have different names. A foot that goes da-dum is called an iamb, and one that sounds like da-da-dum is an anapest. Poets use different rhyming patterns depending upon the poetic form. End rhymes have words that rhyme at the end of the lines. Internal rhymes have words within a line of poetry that rhyme. There are several types of rhymes. Perfect or true rhymes have identical sounds, like bake and cake. Slant or imperfect rhymes have similar but not identical sounds, like work and fork. Identical rhymes are repetition of the same word. Sight rhymes look like they rhyme, but they do not, such as alone and gone.